It's a hero's feast on this week's Crit Sandwich.
Is it really a hero's feast? Are we really heroes right now?
You might be nothing left here in a second.
What, are you saying you're going to kill me? What? Oh,
You
no,
just
'cause
got suggestion.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, okay. I thought you were threatening me.
Welcome to Crit Sandwich. On Crit Sandwich, 4 friends play 5th edition D&D loosely based on our favorite movies, TV shows, and video games. Each season, we randomly roll for new scenarios. This is episode 6 of Campaign 7. Go back and start at any episode 1 or 0 for this. Our 7th campaign, we are soldiers in a wizardocracy playing through the plot of Big Trouble in Little China. My name is Casey Sears. I play Kurt Carpenter. To my left is Chuck Ventus,
Howdy ho!
our beloved dungeon master.
That's correct.
Across the table from me, Robbie Ponder, playing Carlos Delacruz.
Oh, it's funny because it's true.
Yeah, Chuck said that earlier and called me Carlos Delacruz. Thanks, Chuck. That's going to stick.
To my right, Matt Popich.
What up? We're my character's super depressed right now because you guys are murderers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that, I mean, it's just, we're just being playful back and forth. I don't really think like I think your character might be mad, but at Carlos, but other than that, like, I don't know, we're just being playful.
All right.
We're playing our
without
character.
saying, I don't hate you in real life,
Yeah,
Robbie. Like,
yeah. I mean, I'm enjoying having fun with you and
okay.
our playful banner back and forth thing.
Well, yeah. And if like Dilly would have just been like whatever, like some of my older characters, but I'm a paladin that believes in pacifism, basically. So
Chuck, what's going on?
You guys are in the shit. You're still in combat from the previous episode. We are down to hooded, possible civilians. We don't know what they are, but you would assume that they are civilians in the cage. Death by our heroes. One was an accidental shot by Kurt. The other was...
It was accidental.
We aren't sure what it was.
it was an unforced error.
Something happened.
Enforced error, yeah.
Something happened, and
guess.
someone caught the end of a bullet. So, where our episode ended, the mage was down but not out, and he turned towards Carlos and told him to jump. Carlos, I need for you to make a wisdom saving throw, sir. Your worst one yet.
Don't forget Bless.
Yeah,
Ooh.
18 plus 4 for bless is 22 plus my wisdom 24.
You pass. You pass very easily. So he just
Because Carlos is very wise.
Well, that was anticlimactic.
Yeah.
Oh wow, could have been sweet.
I was hoping. Yeah.
Sorry, listeners,
really-
to make you wait 2 weeks for that. We only had to wait like 30 minutes as we just,
Yeah.
switched over to a new episode.
Yeah. Yeah. You kind of hear him make the suggestion to you, and you just kind of shake it off. He looks stunned, and it is actually Gojimbo's turn. Since we're
Gojimbo's
still in
already
combat, so-
in melee range and will take his big quarterstaff and do some swings here.
All right.
Shield should be off because it was one full round already.
That is correct.
Got a 4 plus 8. Not that great. 19 plus 8, 27.
That is a hit, sir. And you can just go ahead and describe your kill because he is 1 HP, as we all remember. Another anticlimactic beginning.
I feel like the quarterstaff hit at first maybe was a feint to make him block. So I like swing low, and then as he goes to block there, I quickly swing around and use my shield as like a blade and decapitate him.
Ooh. Yikes.
Whoa.
And immediately, like in the same exact motion as his head falls off, I like go to a knee and just like look at the ground, just very solemn in my depression.
All right.
Believe it or not, we're here to rescue you. And then I go to the cage and start working on that lock. Maybe I can try shooting it off first.
You shoot it, and it just like crumbles, the lock that's on there. And the gate is open, and you go inside, and there are 2 bodies on the ground, and there is one hooded figure, and it is a smaller figure. It is a dwarf.
I go to see if I can help the people who were shot first.
Okay.
Same here. I'm with Kurt. Carlos is with Kurt. I'm gonna run in there with him, and I'm gonna have my healing potion out and ready to go.
Same thing for Kurt.
I was going to just do a medicine check to stabilize.
Medicine check. Okay. Why don't you go ahead and roll a medicine check for me, sir?
He'll go to one, and I'll go to the other one.
I only got an 8 on my medicine.
21 for Carlos.
And that's using. Are you doing a medicine check, Robbie, or?
Medicine check, yeah.
Okay, so Carlos and Kurt frantically run inside the caged area and do some try to stabilize the bodies inside. Carlos, you are able to stabilize yours. They're still at 0 HP. They're just not dead. How does that work? Or they go to 1 HP?
No, they're at 0
They're
still.
at 0.
So they're at 0. They're still alive, but
So
they're
I would-
0 HP.
I would assume you guys say something like,
This one's stabilized. I stopped the bleeding.
so Gojimbo, like his ears perk up and he runs over there.
I need help.
I'll go help.
I was under the assumption Gojimbo was that my compatriots had murdered these people, but now that there might be a thought of saving them, Gojimbo will run over and lay a paw on each, like kind of in between the two of them, and put one hand on each and cast lay on hands for 1 HP each to bring them to consciousness.
So you can't reach both of them. You're going to have to do a trunk and a hand.
No, I do my hands.
Yeah. All right, so we see Gojimbo come up inside the cage. It's a snug fit. Extends his hands out and casts lay on hands on these two bodies on the ground.
And I'll help that other gnome that's still strapped in.
And then we have Kurt unstrapping the one gnome. The one gnome that was just kind of sitting on the platform that was dropped by the brute thug, he kind of sits up, and everyone is up and alive. Just at that moment, though, and without warning, a ear-piercing explosion can be heard from the entrance to the cavern, so where you guys came from, followed shortly by a burst of light that blasts through the door. Simultaneously, as that light flashes through the door, you see a flash of lavender light zoom through the door into the chamber and stop directly in front of you. And as the lavender light starts to fade, you start to see a humanoid shape within the light. And as the light slowly dims away, you see the Wizard King standing before you.
Whoa! Your Majesty! And I bow.
I bow as well.
I bow and say, were you able to see like the last 10 minutes in here? Because I'll be honest, I didn't order any of those shots.
All that matters is people are alive.
I'll say, Your Majesty, were you able to pierce the veil and troops are on their way?
Unfortunately, only I was able to pass through.
We have been in pursuit of your bride, and we believe that David is attempting to use her to get married and take your throne. We've been trying to find her, but wound up here.
I'm aware of the situation. You all have done well. If I may. And he extends his hand towards you, Gojimbo, and waves it. And the bean that you stuck in your pouch from episode
2.
I think it was.
3? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I have it in my
episode 3,
inventory.
begins to... He mage hands the bean out of your pouch, and it begins to float towards him.
Pickpocket.
Yeah. He takes it and places it on the ground, and then he takes a step back and smiles and gestures towards your water skin that you have attached to you as well. Almost suggesting like, hey, can you put some water on this?
I do that.
All right. So by doing that, very similar to episode 3, we see the bean, as soon as it makes contact with the water, it begins to sprout roots and vines from the ground, and it ends up growing on the edge of the cage, and it creates another tiny hidden area for you all to step into. And the king gestures for everyone to step inside of the hut.
I go inside. Do all the other people come too?
Yeah, everyone. He's telling you guys and the civilians to step inside of the hut area.
Yeah, I go in.
Yeah, I'm helping them in.
I will let the king go in, and then I will go in.
Oh, I grab Gracie's charred remains as I go in through the door.
Okay. So Gracie's tried remains, and then the king waits for you, Carlos. He is making sure that everybody gets inside there.
Okay. After all the prisoners go in, and I gesture the king to enter before me, and then he nods at me to go in. I go in.
So as you all enter the room, it is very similar to the first time that you went in. There is just kind of like a comfortable living arrangement. There isn't like a table or anything with healing potions this time. However, there is a door in the back, similar to the last time that when you tried to open it, nothing happened. You see the king, he turns to everyone, he turns to the civilians and says, "Stay within the barrier, you'll be safe here. You'll soon be extracted." And then you just hear the civilians say, thank you, my king. Thank you.
Do we know any of them or know why they would have been taken or anything like that?
No, you don't know any of these people or the elves or the dwarves or the gnomes or anything. You just get the feeling that David's just a sick fuck and he just likes to take people that aren't human. And
So we're talking to them and asking them questions about how they got captured, and they were just like, I don't know, we just got
we
kidnapped.
were just kidnapped. Yeah.
Wow.
David's whole belief in this whole thing was just that humans are the only ones that are worthy. So anyone that's not human, like I just want them like killed.
Mm-hmm.
Killed
Is
off.
the Wizard King a human? What does he
Wizard
look
King
like?
is a human, yes. So he is kind of a darkish skin, and he has a thin brown beard. He is wearing white robes with a golden trim. And so he tells them to stay within the barrier. You'll be safe here. And then he turns towards you three and he says, "You three, follow me." And he moves towards the back of the room where that door is and opens it up. And when he opens that door, you now see another room with a table in it, similar to the first room that you were in. And then he steps forward and gestures for you to follow him.
That's one question. We went into this room last time. We get it was counted as a full rest. Do we get a full rest for going
You
in there?
do,
again?
yes. So
Okay.
you are replenished and feel very good. It counts as a long rest for you. You are healed back up to full HP.
I want to say, while we're walking in that direction toward the door, I want to say, my king, we'd be happy to escort you in fighting this horrible David creature. Can we come with you?
I think that is the best, actually. I hate to say it, but I feel that I may need your assistance in defeating David. He's grown far more powerful than I ever expected.
I'm going to do an insight check.
Okay.
I have advantage since I have a ring of truth telling.
Go for it.
19.
Okay. So you're just trying to see if he's telling the truth, or what are you trying to get out of him? What's your play here?
Yeah. There's something out of character I'm worried about, but I'm trying to decide. I just kind of want to get a good sense as to what his overall demeanor is. Like, is he worried? Is he
Okay.
trying to trick
He's not trying to trick you.
okay.
He does seem slightly worried. And when
Okay.
you hear him say that David's grown more powerful, you almost
Okay.
get the sense that David's grown more powerful than even him, and he
Okay.
needs help, like taking him down. There's a sense of worry, and obviously his future wife is still missing and
Right.
not there. So he has the concern of, is she dead already, or like,
Okay.
are we going to be able to save her? It's a tricky situation.
And then I follow him into the room.
So you guys step into the room, and then you see him begin to walk out. You see on the opposite side, when you walk through that door, there are vines hanging through another entrance similar to when you guys came in. You get the sense that this is the same room that you originally came into from the first beam that you planted. And he steps through the vines that are hanging on the other side into an area where you can't really see. So do you want to follow him in there?
Yep.
Yes.
All right, so you follow him in, and you do see now that you are standing in that gloomy corridor that you originally started in when you escaped the water chamber fight. You can see this corridor here, the doors on opposite sides, and the water that had slowly risen on a lower platform that is draining into like a drain with on the side wall right there. So he steps out, and he steps into the water and looks at the drain area, and you just see him raise his hand and put his hand up against the wall, and you just see him kind of thrust his hand forward, and you see a pulse of energy fly from his hand and blow a hole in the wall, and you see an exposed sewer drain area with a walkway on the side for you all to walk past or walk onto. He says, "We need to go deeper underground in order to get to where we need to go."
Cool.
So he starts to walk on that side path next to the drain. You now have a new tunnel, and there is a set of stairs that starts to go down deep into this like sewer drainage structure. And I'm assuming you guys follow him.
Mhm.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you guys follow him down down the stairs, and you are like in this like think of like an old like sewer kind of like drainage area. You're on this walking path, and the water that is coming down from that original drain area, it's flowing down this ramp, partial pipe area that leads to a huge pit that is along the sides. And as you are walking, you see all these other holes and stuff along the side where there's some like water and stuff like pouring into this water pit area. But you guys are safe where you are. You're walking along this path, and you hear the Wizard King just kind of, as he's walking in front of you, say, "I'm sure you have some questions." Maybe, I don't know.
Mostly my questions need to be directed toward Delacruz after this is over.
If I have any questions, I would direct them to the chain of command, sir.
Now we decide to follow orders, eh?
Of-
Shut the fuck up!
And as you say that, the king just kind of like slightly turns his head backwards, but continues to walk. And so you guys are just making your way down this path. So
Sorry, Your Majesty. It's been a very contentious time down here, just the three of us. We've managed to knock out 2 of his lieutenants, though. There should be 1 more lieutenant.
yeah, so he cuts you off, and he raises his hand. He's like, "That's good. That's good to hear." So it's just David and his one other disciple. I have to tell you why I have to apologize for this situation. I feel that I am somewhat responsible for what's taking place. I made a miscalculation. In the Civil War that happened 100 years ago, I didn't actually kill David. I tried to show him mercy and spared his life. Thinking that he would change his ways, I was obviously wrong, and he's come back.
It's not a problem, King. Sometimes we accidentally make mistakes, but it's all about the forgiveness.
Jeez.
Your Majesty, where's David been all of this time?
It's been hiding underground somewhere. I guess. I'm not quite sure. Honestly, nothing had come up until earlier in the day. We had received a distress call that required me to travel outside the boundaries of the Golden Gate. It was described as someone that looked like David, and I went to go investigate it. That's where I was when all this happened. There was also the rumor from hundreds of years ago with David trying to grow more powerful, and I knew that I had to protect my wife, my future wife. So I thought the best mode of transportation was doing what was least expected. That's why I had you all pick her up. But they were still able to kidnap her.
It seems like they must have someone on the inside if they knew that plan. Is that possible?
It is possible, but anything's possible with David's powers. He could have, I don't know, tricked someone into telling him or mesmerized someone. I'm not quite sure. All right. And as you all continue your conversation, you get to the end of the walkway, and you see a large platform in front of you with a huge staircase that goes up. And you can see some dim light coming from the staircase up above. And actually, at the bottom of the stairs, you see a large shadowy figure. And as you get closer and closer to it, you discover Buffalo Bill.
What?
All right.
So you got your truck back.
Is Bave in the back?
No. So as you move around the edge of the truck, you do see that the rear trailer has been separated at the sides, and it is opened up, and she is nowhere to be seen inside.
Oh, we're so happy to have you back, baby. I kind of, pet it and rub on its fenders.
Very nice.
Is it like torn apart, or is it like someone forced themselves into it? Is it permanently damaged, or is it like opened up the natural way?
So when the truck opens up, good question. When the truck opens up, you would recall seeing those gears that would start spinning along the side, and it would separate in between the two G's there. You can see that there are some scorch marks kind of on the side of the truck, suggesting that a spell or something was like cast to get it to open up.
So can we drive it through here or out of here? Like, how did it... Like, this seems like a cramped area for it to be.
In order for... So you... I'm trying to remember like who saw it, but the whole thing was teleported down here. You get the idea that it was teleported because you don't see anywhere to drive or anything like that. So you get the idea that you're not driving out of here on this puppy right now, but you have located it. So
Okay.
All right. And then as you all are like are inspecting Buffalo Bill, and he sees that Maeve is not inside, he says that there's no time to waste, and he flies up to the top of the steps, up to where that little bit of light is coming from, and it looks like a doorway where there is light coming out from the edges of the door, and he's just kind of sitting at the top of the steps.
Right. Is there anything in Buffalo Bill that would be useful to us at this moment?
You can do an investigation check.
Ooh, I got a +6 in investigation. I'm good at that. 18.
I'll say that there's a greater healing potion in the back area where Maeve was. That if you wanted to snag it, you could grab it.
I'll grab that.
All right, and then I'm assuming you guys rush up the stairs to go hang out with the king and stuff. Okay. All right, so you see him push his hand up against the door, and it slightly jolts forward and slides to the left, and you see yourself standing in a room that extends down a kind of hallway area, and there's a larger room at the end of it. The area where you're standing, you immediately see the backside of a chair that almost looks like a throne. And as you step around it, you see you're seeing this hallway room. On the sides of the hallway, there are golden statues of David down the edge of the hall, just kind of standing there. And then at the very end, you see what looks to be like a living arrangement area.
A living arrangement area?
Yeah,
What's
so it's
that mean?
like kind of like a living room kind of area. There's like a bar in there. And then as you travel in there a little bit further, there's a door that leads into like a bedroom area. So you get the sense that this is like David's bedroom or something like that. So
So he has a bar and
Yeah,
then a bedroom. Man, this guy's
Is this bed
And a bunch of pictures of himself or statues.
he's very obsessed with himself. So
Yeah. Is his bed like a circle? Is it a circle bed? I feel like he's that kind of guy.
he is that
Yeah.
guy. And
Maybe
it's
a
like
mirror on the ceiling.
as you step
Like
up,
this.
to the bed, you step on like a trigger that makes the bed start to spin or something
Nice.
like that. So
Yeah.
Nice.
Vibrate.
there's a poster that says, "Do I make you horny, baby?"
it's terrible. All right. So you see the Wizard King kind of step into the living room or the living arrangement room and step behind the bar area. He calls you over and he says to you all, "You've done me a great deed coming this far. But like I said, I need your help in defeating David. I can't do it on my own. Please gather round." So he gathers you up to the bar area. Kurt, you climb up on like a little stool and he pulls 3 vials from beneath his robe and hands them to you guys.
What's this?
He says, "Bottoms up."
Chug-a-lug.
Drinking.
One more time. I want to do an insight check. I just want to make
You
sure.
two die. No, go ahead.
Yeah, I knew it. 13. Again, I'm just trying to see.
From your previous read, you
Yeah.
don't get the idea that he's distrustful, but
Okay.
you're not really getting a good read on him. So.
Okay, fair. All right. Well, with no other reason to distrust him, I drink it.
All right. You guys drink this concoction and you feel fucking great. You feel really good. In fact, you guys all level up to level 7
Whoa!
2 of them.
and you all will gain 1 luck point each.
Mm.
So you guys are feeling amazing at this time. Matt, you could probably read a review or something like that while you guys are getting your levels figured out.
I would be happy to do that. Elena J. She says, "You guys deserve all the reviews. Hi, I only had the pleasure to play D&D once, and boy, you guys make me wish I had a solid group to play often because this podcast is everything. I have shared laughs, gasps, and always look forward to each wacky campaign. The characters are always unique and memorable. Same goes for the storytelling. Wonderful storytelling. I'm going to be so sad when I'm done binging all the episodes and be forced to wait every 2 weeks for another episode, but I'm definitely going to stick around and listen because you guys rock. By far, my favorite has been Meowth's Fury Poke Road." Very nice, Casey.
Nice.
"And I'll patiently wait until Candyland because becomes a chosen for one of the campaigns. Until then, I'll keep my D&D hunger satisfied by biting into crit sandwich." Thank you so much. Yeah, Candyland seems to be a recurring theme as far as
It's desired.
the people.
Oh, it's going to be such a weird one.
I know. I like whoever DMs it, I feel like has a lot of room for fun though. In any case, thank you so much, Elena J. Elena. Thank you to both of you, Alana or Elena. Allana. It's very pretty either way. Thank you.
Alana or Elena. Alina. What's new with your guys' characters? Like, you gained some health, I'm sure. You might have maybe gained like an ability or something like that. What's new, Carlos? What's going on with you?
So I got quick draw, which lets me add my proficiency bonus to my initiative roll. Basically, when we start combat, I can draw my sniper rifle out faster. And I got an ability score improvement, which lets me put my dexterity up to the max, which is 20.
Very good. Gojimbo, Matt, what's going on with you?
I got more inspiring. I got a aura of something or other. Everybody within 10 feet of me gets +1 on their saving throws. And then I gained a spell slot, but not like a level of spell, so I didn't really get to choose anything extra. Just like I can cast more of them. And then some HP. That's about it.
Very good. And then Casey, what's going on with Kurt?
Kurt has a tool expertise, so I can double my proficiency bonus on tool checks. That's exciting.
Ooh, watch out.
But I also got to enhance my pistol, so I had got +1 to hit and +1 to damage on that. I got an extra level 2 spell slot, and I picked up the spell Blur.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a good one.
All right. So you all are feeling great after having this concoction that was provided to you by the Wizard King. And he then says to you, there's got to be another way out of here. Let's look around and see if we can find anything.
Did we go in the bedroom?
No, you didn't actually go in the bedroom. You just saw a bed in there. So if you want to walk into the bedroom, you can. So
Yeah, I feel like we should search his shit for some,
sure.
magic items and rings or anything. There's
I
got to
would
be some good
agree.
loot in here.
let's
agree.
roll investigation
15.
17 for Kurt.
by you, Carlos.
I'm good. I ain't gonna look for anything. I'm good.
Interesting strategy.
Is investigate? That's intelligence, right? Yeah. So Wizard King got a 20. As you all are kind of looking around, and I would say, Kurt, you're close to the same area. You both kind of stumble upon what looks like a secret, like in the closet area, a secret door. And as you kind of move, like some of the clothes off to the side, you see an elevator with a button inside of it.
I didn't even have to use my wand of secrets for this.
Very impressive, says the Wizard King. So you all step inside to the elevator, press the button, and you start to descend. And as you reach the bottom, it opens up into a stone archway. So it's a tunnel with an arched ceiling to it, all made out of stone. And you can hear some chanting going on in the background at the end of the tunnel.
So it's like a group of people.
Yeah, you just hear some chanting and some like cheering and stuff.
Guys, I've seen the movie. I think we're near the end.
Whenever there is chanting, it's always bad for us.
It sounds like they're doing the ceremony. What words are they saying with the chants?
Oh, fuck. Roll perception check. I'll make up some shit on the fly if you roll good. No,
1.
you rolled a 1. You can't tell. It's muffled. So here's some like,
There are three of us. I rolled 2.
You just hear some like mumbling, like he's casting like a spell, like some spell is being cast, like like something like that.
Some sort of
So,
ancient tongue.
Some ancient tongue that's being spoken. And you see the Wizard King just immediately start to like rush down the hall.
Chase after him.
You chase after the king. All right. So when you get into the end of the tunnel, it opens up into a huge chamber. You very similar to like the last fight. You are on a small stone platform. Immediately when you walk in, you're on this smaller stone platform, and there is a bridge in front of you that extends out 30 feet. It's a stone bridge. Off to the sides of the bridge, it is just a chasm. It's just darkness. You can't really tell. You can see some smoky fog kind of like hovering in that area, but you get the impression like, hey, you don't want to fall down there or else it could be the end of you. Directly across the bridge, you see 6 followers or sympathizers of David, very similar to the first fight that you had, Robbie, where they're wearing like these black leather jerkins and these cogwheel glasses. And at the center of the larger stone platform area, you see this huge stone staircase. At the bottom of the staircase, you can see one of David's disciples, which another one of the mage fellers. And at the very top, you see David himself and Maeve standing at the top. And directly behind them, there is another golden statue-looking thing. It's a big head, and it's of David. This guy clearly has self-obsession issues.
Seems like it.
So, and he, since you guys aren't really like sneaking or anything, he kind of stops what he's doing. He sees you from the top of the staircase. He says, "You kill them." And let's roll for initiative.
Back-to-back ones for old Kurt. I got a 4 total.
20 for Gojimbo.
Carlos got a 10.
Using my old metal dice that my son stole from me a long time ago.
Mhm.
And it's been going really well.
Yeah.
So he might have put some moves on it. It's going super good.
I let my kids roll some die, and then they lost a couple.
All right, so the order is as follows. We have Gojimbo at the top, followed by David and his disciple and the followers, which is followed by the Wizard King, and then Carlos and Kurt. All right, so you're on the smaller stone platform. Gojimbo, what do you want to do?
So it's kind of a similar layout to the last fight, basically.
Yes,
How far away am I from like the lip of the...
that's about like 10 feet in front of you. So
Okay. And then how far
10,
across the
10
bridge?
feet to get to the bridge, and the bridge is 30 feet. So it's not as
Ew.
far of a run to get across the bridge, but
So I'll go 30 feet forward, which is my normal movement, and then I'll take the dodge action and put my shield up
okay.
as well. Actually, can I change that?
Sure.
I'll do the 30 feet forward, but I'll cast Bless on, and I'll cast it as a level 2 to also hit my king, of course.
Okay.
That's
And that
what
just
I'll
gives
do.
a plus.
a D4 on
D4.
saves and attack rolls.
Okay, sounds good. All right. So next up is David. You see him standing at the top of the stone steps with Maeve. You see him backhand her to smack her, and she just kind of falls to the ground, incapacitated.
Ugh.
And then you see him blip not out of existence, but like blip from where he is, and now he is now standing down off to the side in the back corner of the chamber, just kind of pissed off that this is all going on, and you just kind of see him waiting there. And then next up is the mage. You see him at the bottom of the steps. He clenches his fist, and you see him cast that hard light mage armor on himself. And you see him shout to the followers right in front of him, saying, "Kill them!" And then they are next up. They are all going to draw their rifles, and they are going to start shooting at you guys. So the first shot is going to be, there's 6 total. The first 2 are going to shoot at Gojimbo. So this one rolled a 17.
Miss.
Miss. All right. And then the next guy will roll a 7. So that's going to miss as well.
Clink, clink.
Clink, clink. So just like, but yeah, you see the bullets kind of ricochet off of your shield. And then 2 other guys are going to take a shot at, you guys are right next to the Wizard King, I'm assuming.
Sure.
Correct?
Yeah, we haven't moved yet. We
so
just walked
Carlos, it's going to take 2 guys are going to take a shot at you. So that's a 20, the one guy, and then a 10 on the other.
in. The first hits.
The first hit. So you just see him extend his rifle. He does 10 damage to you. And then 2 guys are going to shoot at Kurt. One rolled a 19. I would assume that's going to hit.
Yep.
And the other one's a 10. So he's going to do damage to you as well. He's going to do 12 damage to you, one of the guys.
Ouch.
All right. And then it is the Wizard King's turn. You just see him. Then he, similar to how David fashion kind of blinked away, you're going to see the Wizard King start to like step forward about 10 feet. And then you see him kind of blink from where he is. And he is now standing in that back corner where David is. And they look like they're about to have like a wizard standoff as they're both preparing to cast spells at one another. And then next up is Carlos.
I will run up to Gojimbo's shield. I will stand next to him. Who is the furthest away? Like, what am I looking at? What kind of range are we talking
The
about?
furthest person away. So if you're running up with Carlos, if you're running up with Gojimbo where his shield is, the furthest person away is David. You see him in the back left corner with the Wizard King. And then directly in front of you, you see like 6 like thug-looking soldier guys. And then behind them, you see a mage feller.
So I kind of feel like we'll take out the minions first and then work on David last. I don't know. I get up there and I aim at one target. I move my rifle, aim at another, and then I say out loud to Gojimbo, and I say, "Orders."
Take out the smaller people first. Let's protect the king so that he can have a proper battle himself.
And I do that. I start to shoot the synthesizers.
Sympathizers. All right. So you're going to take some shots. Go for it. Roll to hit.
Same as before. White die is my first die. 28.
That's a hit.
And 17.
Both hits.
12 damage. Not very much damage.
Okay. And he's reeling. He looks like he's hurting pretty bad.
Okay.
Are you going to take a second shot at him? Or are you going to do an action surge or whatever?
Nope. That's my turn.
It is next up is Kurt.
So I assume Gracie was healed up during the long rest?
That's correct. Yep.
Okay. Well, I will grab that little hexagonal box and throw it on the floor next to me, and it starts to unfold, and I will move. I guess I'll move 25 feet towards Gojimbo and then drop Gracie down behind us. And I'm thinking, all right, so I'm thinking here, guys, let's think about some strategy here. I could drop a Gracie that is a Force Ballista, a Flamethrower, or one that just gives us temporary hit points every round. And I'm thinking maybe temporary hit points every round.
Wow. Is that new?
I've always had that option.
Why does this remind me of God? What is that game? The shoot 'em up game with a bunch of guns and stuff. What is that?
Borderlands?
Borderlands. Yeah, there
Oh.
was a character that was like
Could
plop
drop
down
turrets and that,
a
like,
shield turret kind of
Mhm.
thing, and like you
Heal
could do
ya.
different things, like a ton of damage, or it could heal you if you're in the area. That's what it reminds me of.
I'm thinking the shield.
Yeah, seems pretty good.
And if you're there on that, it can just keep up with you, and just especially for, yeah. All right, I'm going to do the protector. So,
Okay.
instead of a little hexagonal box, I'm going to grab a different one that's just like a very clean white, like marble, or like almost like a flat sphere. And then I'm going to throw that on the ground, and it's going to unfold in this little appley looking spider leg thing. It's going to start to plant, it has maybe like a neck tower, and like it starts lighting up as it's charging up its force field for us.
Very
And that's my
good.
turn.
All right, and then we're back up at the top of the order with Sergeant Gojimbo. I don't remember what your rank was, so
So there's a bunch of those guys are all kind of in one area.
yeah, you have kind of like three. They're all in front of you, but like there are three that are gathered up next to one another, and then another three that are about 10 feet away from one another. The two groups.
On the three that
And I will say that when Carlos took his shot, he shot at one of the guys on the left. So
okay,
and
so
the
I'm
group
going to
on the
target
left-
that group,
Okay.
and I'm going to cast Sleep.
All right.
Nice. That's a good idea.
Can I borrow some D8s?
Okay.
How many you need?
I have 5 total, but
So you're casting this on the side where one of the guys the guy that was injured by Carlos. Is that correct? Did I
Right.
do that correctly? Okay.
check that roll out, Robbie. That's nice.
Dang.
Seen a lot of 8s from over here.
That's right. So 33 out of a possible 40. So it goes to the lowest hit point, puts him to sleep, and then moves on to the next person. If it gets their hit points all the way down to 0, it doesn't do damage, but it makes them fall asleep again.
Oh, so I take the 30 or the 33.
So how much? Yeah. So how much did the lowest guy have
He had
left?
4 HP. So he just
So
falls
there
asleep.
goes
There's
4 of
29
them.
points left. Is
So
that correct?
29 left.
Okay.
And then how much does the next guy have? You
So
don't
the
have
next-
to tell, but just
Well,
know.
I'm just trying to do the math in my head. So the guy that Carlos injured, he falls asleep. And
Mhm.
the guy right next to him falls asleep, but the other guy does not fall asleep. Does it reduce his hit points at all? Or?
No.
Okay.
He
So
just
two of the guys-
until
guys fall
we
asleep.
hurt him.
Yeah.
He's out.
So it starts with the guy with the lowest HP. Okay. Correct. Or are you allowed to pick who falls asleep? You know what I mean?
Starting with the creature with the lowest hit points.
Okay. So the guy that Carlos had injured with his shooting, he falls asleep, and the guy right next to him. So there is just one kind of minion looking dude standing in that group, and there's another group off to the side with 3 guys.
Right. And how this looks is I kind of close my eyes, and my shield, again, which is like a human face crying, it also kind of it's metal, but it slowly just appears to the eyes close just a little bit, and then 2 people just fall.
Very good. So you see those 2 guys fall asleep. In the back of the chamber, you see David start to prepare a spell. You see him cross his 2 pinkies and stick his thumbs out. Yeah, that's right, baby. He just shrieks in the direction of the Wizard King. So you see him David cross his 2 pinkies, stuck his thumbs out, and is preparing an action to attack the Wizard King. And next up, we have the mage, the disciple of David, standing at the bottom of the stairs. You see him run up towards Gojimbo, and he is going to cast Cone of Cold on you, sir. So you're going to see him extend his hand out, and just cold air erupts from his hands. And it's a 60-foot cone, so anyone that is close up behind Gojimbo, you are going to have to make a Constitution saving throw, or else you're going to take 8d8 cold damage.
Yeah, that's a bad one.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a brutal one.
That's me and Gracie, too. I definitely failed.
I also definitely failed.
I will remind you guys, you have lucky points as well.
I will go ahead and use it.
Gracie passed.
I passed on my second.
Yeah,
I
I'm
used
gonna-
my lucky point.
I'm going to use a lucky point too. Come on, baby.
And I'm also going to use my reaction for my Shield Master to take 0 damage.
Okay.
My lucky paid off. I got 20.
Carlos got a 21 without using lucky.
So it's 38 damage total. Gojimbo, you take no damage because of your awesome shield ability. That is so good.
Yeah, it's strong.
You both pass. The DC is it's a low DC to save on, but you all pass, so it's half of 38.
19.
19 damage to you all. And then after him, we're just going to continue with the baddies. We're going to take some more shots. So there is 4 guys left that are standing, 1 to the left and then 3 off to the right, as the mage ran down the center towards you all to cast Cone of Cold. The first guy is going to take a shot at Gojimbo. He rolled a 16.
Miss.
Okay. And then one of the guys from the third group will take another shot at you, sir, with his rifle. He rolled a crit.
Hit.
Oh, shit. I rolled 2 8s. Does 16
Whoa.
damage to you.
Very nice.
Or I'm sorry, 16 plus 5, so 21.
Yikes.
That was a
It's a hefty hit there.
right between the eyes. Yeah.
The next soldier over will take a shot at Carlos on 18.
Hit.
13 damage to you, sir.
I am bloodied.
And then Kurt, the last soldier, will turn towards you. Roll a 4 plus. Yeah, it's not going to hit. So the bullet just flies past you, and it is the Wizard's King's turn. You see him preparing his action, and he thrusts a beam of energy towards David. And as that happens, David then has a beam of energy come out from his hands, and you just see them interlock in a beam of a battle of the wills, I guess, or of energy. Good versus evil. Gohan versus Cell, whatever you want to fucking call it, just kind of going at it with one another over there in their wizard battle. And then next up is Carlos.
So my last turn, I charged up next to Gojimbo, and I asked for orders, and he told me to shoot the smaller minion guys first. And I did, but now I am going to do something different. And I'm going to read to you guys part of my background as a far traveler. One of my flaws is I pretend not to understand the local language in order to avoid interactions I would rather not have. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'm going to kind of say, there's a ringing in my ears, and I didn't quite understand you very well. And for my action, I am going to attack David. I'm going to shoot at David.
All right.
So 16 plus 12, so 28.
That is going to hit. I don't even think he can. Hang on. Let me see if I got anything to keep you from touching me. Nope, that's just going to hit him.
All right, I'm going to use Dazing Shot as one of my grip points.
Okay.
Oh, correction. That's not the right one. Uh-oh. Go ahead.
I already read one. I already read it. We're done.
You already read one?
Yeah. Didn't I? Yeah.
You read one. Doesn't hurt to read 2 if you need to. Probably needs help. Need some time.
No, I don't.
All right. Then I'll do it.
You already read one. I have it ready.
Let's say it.
I am going to use, it's called Winging Shot. When you make a firearm attack against a creature, you may expend 1 grip point. On a hit, the creature takes damage and must make a strength saving throw of 16 or be knocked prone. So strength saving throw is 16.
Ty beats it? Is that correct? I got a 16.
Ty saves.
Saves. All right, so he saves.
Okay, I'm going to, with my extra attack, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to shoot at him, and I'm going to try to knock him down. 19.
I mean, if he's engaged in a spell, is he able to use a reaction still to do shield? Let me ask you that. Like, is a weird question, but
It's really up to you.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
if he's
I'm
like,
gonna say he's like pretty all powerful. He's gonna throw up a shield and just kind of like ricochet this second attack, so it's gonna be a miss.
Dang it. All right.
He's still holding his hands forward, and he sees that you're trying to shoot at him, and then when he sees you go for like the second shot, he just like waves his other hand and ricochets the bullet, and you see it like fly back into the back stony wall.
So he stops the thing with his thumbs or pinkies. Is that what?
Oh,
it is?
he's like controlling it with his thumbs. Then sure, he just like ricochets it with his little thumb. So
Oh, and shield gives you +5 to AC.
that's right.
Ugh. All right. I was going to action search and try to knock him down, but I'll wait until the next round, I guess. Shit.
Pissed him off, man.
All right. I'm going to do second wind, get some HP back. Just trying to think if there's anything else I can do.
You can follow orders.
I'm good. That's the end of my turn.
I gave up on that shit.
All right. Oh, wait, you're doing damage here?
This is my second win.
Or your second win? All right, so while Robbie is rolling for his second win, Kurt, you are up, sir.
All right, so Gracie, the defense variant, is fully charged, and everyone who is, I guess we're all about 10 feet from Matt, right? We're all about 10 feet from Gojimbo.
That's correct.
We all gain 11 temporary hit points.
Woo!
That's pretty nice.
I was thinking like 3 or 4. Even
That's-
that's significant.
Yeah.
It's 8 plus my intelligence. So,
Yay.
so yeah, like little bolts of electricity and like little bubble force fields pop around all of us. And how many people can I hit of those weak guys with a 10-foot sphere? I want to shatter them.
A 10-foot sphere.
Yeah.
So if you there's a group of 3 to the right and 1 to the left. If you aimed it at like the center dude,
I could hit all
you
three.
can hit all 3.
And
in that
none of
group.
those are sleeping or anything.
No,
right?
these are the guys that are not sleeping. That's
Okay,
correct.
so I'm going to shatter those 3 MFers. They all need to make Constitution saving throws. My save DC is 14.
2 of them fail. The one on the far right passes.
The 2 that failed take 12 damage, and the other one takes 6. Not my best roll, but
Seems fine.
All right. They all kind of, I mean, they look like they're hurting. These guys aren't like big dudes or anything, but so you do like significant damage and you cast shatter. So that's like a
yeah, a
piercing,
boom,
like,
yeah.
ring. So big loud boom in the area. So you kind of see them kind of like bring their hands up to like cover their ears and wince in pain. And then next up is Gojimbo. Or did Gracie already did her heal.
Gracie did the heal or the force field. I'm actually going to take maybe 15 feet step back from Gojimbo, so we're not all just
Covered around the same area.
yeah, because I
gotcha.
feel like the AOE's are going to kill us if we're not careful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so to make it a little chain, Gracie will be about 10 feet behind Gojimbo. I'll be about 10 feet behind Gracie, so it's about a 20-foot difference between that, because Gracie works in a 10-foot radius.
Yep. All right, perfect. So Gracie's kind of centered, like center of the bridge. Gojimbo, like you're kind of close to the end towards the larger stone platform area. And then Kurt, you move back kind of towards the beginning of the bridge section.
Great.
All right. And then next up is Gojimbo.
So I want to charge at the group of peons and attack one that looks worse off.
So the two, the group of 3,
Yeah.
the middle and the guy in the middle and on the left look the worse.
Yeah, I'm going right for the middle guy.
I rolled a hit.
21,
It's a hit.
8 damage.
All right. You can describe your kill.
I will take out my quarterstaff from behind my shield and just kind of like whirl it around, whack him on the head, and just have him crumble to the ground.
Okay.
And then I'll use my second attack to go for the guy on the right.
Okay. You don't want to do the guy on the left, or you
The guy that's almost hurt, that was almost dead.
So the guy that's almost hurt is the guy on the left. The guy on the right
Oh.
has
I thought you
looks a
just
little
said
bit
the
more
guy on the right.
sturdy.
Okay, then I'll go for the guy on the left then. Only a 13.
All right, so that is actually a hit because these guys are pretty weak.
Peons, 9.
That is a kill shot or kill swing or whatever you want to do. So
Yeah, so I'll just kind of like, again, just charge into this big group of enemies and just swing my quarterstaff over my head a bunch of times and hit 2 of them in the head and knock them down.
Sweet.
All right.
So 2 are asleep, 2 are dead, 1's been hurt.
And that's pretty much just me and you,
Yep.
as again, we
Pretty normal.
broke ranks from
That
our
is
third
correct.
person.
Mhm.
Okay, just total free for all.
Like you said. Yep. All right. So next up is David. So him and the Wizard King are ensuing in a battle. And you see, it looks like David is actually winning the battle, and you see his beam of energy, this green beam of energy, just like push towards the Wizard King. And you see a purple beam of energy coming from the Wizard King. So as they're battling, the green energy pushes closer towards the Wizard King. And next up is the Mage Feller, the disciple of David. So he extends his hand out, and you see him point in the direction of Gojimbo since you are closest up on the bridge. And he's going to cast a magic missile on you, sir.
If I had taken the shield spell, this would be an entirely different campaign.
Right?
Yeah.
What spell?
Shield, it automatically blocks magic missile. Like you
Does
don't have
it?
to it just like that's the only thing it does really, but it just stops magic missile in its tracks.
Oh, so he does 12 damage to you.
Okay, and I'm gonna roll for a concentration. And I got a 15.
So you are good to go.
Well, but I take 12 damage. It's not great to
Oh.
go, but
It's
it's
like
good.
1 damage
But you're
because
holding-
your temporary hit points.
Yeah, that's right. Don't you have that? Yeah, you got like the temporary hit points. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
really
so he
don't take
kind of blows
anything.
through your bubble and then barely gets you.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Just a singe.
All right, and then after him, we have two little minion guys left available. One is going to take a shot at.
I thought there was only one left.
There's two guys.
Okay.
One on the left and one on the right. The one on the left is standing next to two guys that are sleeping. They're taking a break.
That one.
One takes a shot at Gojimbo. He got a 12.
Miss.
And then the other one on the far right is going to shoot at Kurt. And he got a 20.
So my AC is 17. I'm going to pop a shield
Okay.
and null that attack.
Very nice. So you just see the bullets just fly towards you, and it just kind of gets ricocheted off, and you take no damage. Next up is the Wizard King, and he is basically like losing the fight against David. It's kind of a time thing. So you just see him kind of start to fall to one knee, still holding his arm forward as he tries to hold on with this purple beam of energy. Next up is Carlos. What are you gonna do? You follow orders?
So those two guys over there, they're both been hit. Yeah.
So we have
That
the two.
Gojimbo's next to. They've been hit.
I'll say.
The one guy that's next to Gojimbo, he's been hit. The guy on the left has not been hit. That's next to the sleeping guys. And then you have the mage dude that's standing at the bottom of the stairs that has not been touched.
And I'll say, go for the Wizard King. Or for David, the king is losing.
So now he's going to shoot one of the soldiers.
I was going
right.
to say,
I was
maybe
gonna
I
say.
should just say the opposite.
Well, shit.
Reverse psychology all the way.
Well, I already have a plan in my head, and I'm going to do my plan.
Okay.
I'm going to twirl around, and I'm going to twirl my rifle. I'm going to shoot my attack.
Me? I wouldn't be surprised at this
I'm
point.
just
I have
pointing
no
at
fucking
you.
idea what you're going to do. Spin in the circle 3 times and then shoot at Gojimbo.
No. I'm
Do
done
that.
spinning in 3 circles. Okay, I will shoot one next to the hurt one. Will be my first one, and then my extra attack will be the one on the other side, and then I will action surge and I will shoot shoot David. So here is my attack for the hurt one. 10 plus 12 is 22.
Is a hit.
Just roll to see if I kill him. 9 damage.
He has 1 HP left.
I'll just finish him off. I'll just finish that one off. 16.
That's a hit.
So I finish him off.
So you finish him off. So you shoot 2 shots at this, and this is next to Gojimbo because you're taking a difficult shot, correct?
Sure.
All right. So you shoot in that guy's direction, pop 2 shots, boom, boom. You kill him.
Then I will say, yes, Sergeant. And I will action surge and I will shoot the wizard. I will shoot David.
You
I will
shoot
at
David. Okay.
19.
That's a hit.
And I will do the winging shot again, where you must do a strength saving throw to see you get knocked prone.
All right.
Beat a 16.
It's a 12. He gets knocked prone.
Correct.
All right. So you catch David off guard with this shot that you take from your rifle, and it actually does catch him off guard, and he ends up falling prone. That time, you can just see like the beams of energy just kind of like fly up into the air from both him and the Wizard King, and he is laying on the ground, and the Wizard King is still down on 1 knee.
Okay. I still have my extra attack, which I will have advantage now.
Okay.
That's a crit.
Yeah. See if it's a Sammy.
Crit sandwich.
It is not a sandwich.
Oh, I was about to say Carlos coming in clutch. Almost a Carlos de la win.
Yes.
That's not as good. So
So when I make this shot, I do my same thing as I twirl my rifle in front of me as I stand still, and it makes like a circle of smoke.
what are you in,
Coming
like
off-
color guard or something like
coming
that?
off-
There's so much mystery to this character. I just
It's just some flair, you know. It's just some flair. And it makes a circle of smoke in front of me, and I shoot in the middle of that, and I crit. Yeah, baby. 17 damage.
All right. So you take a shot at him, get a few shots off, and he does get injured. And next up is Kurt.
All right. So Gracie is going to skitter across the floor and pop another bubble around Gojimbo. So you get another 11 temporary hit points.
She does that every round.
It's an action, yeah.
mean, that's
really
unbelievable.
Fucking good.
That's like so overpowered.
I was
they
not
messed this
expecting
up.
like yeah.
That's like
And are you? Where is Carlos standing? Are you like at the back?
I'm in the same spot where Gojimbo first trapped his shield. For that
okay,
way,
so you would
everyone
be
can still
healed
be
as well.
arranged.
So
Yeah.
you're.
But I already have
affected by
temporary HP, so I'm not gonna double it.
Oh, gotcha.
And I am going to fire at one of those soldiers, or the
All
one
right.
soldier that's still standing, right?
There's one. Yeah, there's one soldier left. He's standing next to the 2 sleeping guys.
What
And we're
the
still
heck?
blessed, right?
Our orders were to shoot shoot David.
Well, you got it. You got it taken care of.
He's following the original orders.
15 to hit.
That's a hit.
Ooh, there we go. That's some good damage. 15 damage.
This guy has 16 health. He has 1 HP left.
I guess I'll shoot at him again.
I think that's like third guy that happened to with 1 HP left.
13 to hit.
That's a hit. Yep. They're 12 AC for these guys. So.
And 8 damage.
That is a kill shot, sir. Describe your kill.
Just double tap, drop him. Pop, pop.
In the eyes. Very good. All right, next up, Gojimbo. So all that stands before you is the lone disciple of David, the mage at the bottom of the staircase. And you see David in the back corner, kind of laying on the ground, and the Wizard King down on one knee.
How far away is David?
He's-
and the Wizard King. I need to know.
They're about 60 feet from you, from the end of the bridge.
I will run toward the Wizard King and place my shield between me and David.
Okay.
So I'm protecting the Wizard King, basically.
All right.
Doing what I do.
Very nice.
So I had to dash to do that. So that's my entire turn.
Are you using so your action is to dash? To
It
get over
is,
there.
unfortunately,
Okay.
yes.
All right.
But I'll have some reactions if he shoots.
I gotcha.
At the king.
Okay, so it is David's turn next. He is actually going to stand up to his full wizarding height, and he is going to look at you. He's pissed that you are blocking his path from the Wizard King, and he is going to cast. Do it. I'm sorry. He's going to do the weird little thing with his pinkies and his thumbs again. He's going to wiggle his thumbs, and he's going to cast lightning bolt in your direction. So you just see a streak of lightning just like shoot straight towards you. It's 5 feet wide. It blasts out in your direction. You and the Wizard King will need to make dexterity saving throws.
I rolled a 4.
Now, the Wizard King rolled a 19, so he does like he's down on one knee, just kind of does like a quick little roll, and he rolls out of the way. And you, sir, did not roll high enough, so you are going to take some damage here.
Oh, I assumed as much.
Do you still take half with your shield thing?
I do not. So
Ooh.
my shield thing is only if I save, then it goes to 0.
Nice.
But I have to save for it to be of any effect.
29 damage.
Okay.
That's what you take. So we just see like a bolt of lightning just fly in your direction, both towards Gojimbo and the Wizard King. The Wizard King rolls out of the way, but Gojimbo takes a huge lightning strike from David. But I would assume you're still alive, correct?
I am.
You haven't
yeah.
really taken damage with that awesome healing.
Yeah,
robot
healing's pretty
spell.
ridiculous. Did the Wizard King take any damage?
Oh, he was successful, so he actually takes half. Thank you for correcting that. So he was successful on his save.
So actually, then I'm going to go ahead and rebuke the violent. So I need the wizard or David to make a wisdom saving throw.
Shit. It's happening. All right, I rolled really shitty. I rolled a 7.
All right.
plus-
So
yeah, I'm
on
sure
a
it's fail.
failure, the attacker takes radiant damage equal to the damage that was just dealt. But only to somebody else. So however much the Wizard King took, that goes back onto.
So what did I say it was? It was 30.
I took 29. So which was
29, or
the
I thought it was
full.
28.
So Wizard King would have taken half that, I think, right? Because he saved.
Yes, he saved. So
14.
if it's double, isn't it just the 29 or what you took, the 28, correct?
Right. So he it deals 14 to the Wizard King or to David.
So, okay. So with David being slightly undead, and you said it's radiant damage.
It is.
So he is kind of slightly undead, sort of. So it's actually going to be double. So it's a full 28 damage to David as you just do this rebuke attack on him from the lightning bolt. And I guess you like project it back in his direction.
Kind of like it
With your
hits the
shield or-
shield and then
Ricochets back at him.
like push back and it just like fires back at him.
Okay, yeah. So that
Sweet.
fucks him up pretty good. So you do 28 damage to him and you just hear him like shriek in pain.
I still get electrocuted as shit. But
Yeah.
So it changed the lightning damage into radiant damage?
Correct. It shoots it back at him.
wow.
Protecting the king. It's my job, guys.
All right. David's not looking so good. So
I'm gonna roll for my bless.
Okay.
I failed. Bless is down.
Oh.
Sorry, guys.
no. The mage feller at the bottom of the stairs sees Gojimbo reflect this spell back towards David, and it causes radiant damage to David, and the mage does not like that one bit, so he is going to cast a spell in Gojimbo's direction. He's going to cast Firebolt at you. All right, crit, dude.
That's probably it for me then.
Yeah.
We'll see what
Fuck
you roll.
yeah. I'm just kidding.
That's fine.
Well, I mean,
Just kidding.
That was my job to protect the king. So
11, 14, 24, 28 damage.
down to 2.
Wow.
And that's
Whoa.
with 2 temporary healings.
You see the mage just pissed at the world, fires a firebolt in Gojimbo's direction and almost kills him. You see Gojimbo just kind of like singed and just smoke coming off of his armor from the firebolt. And next up is, since the soldiers are dead, we see the Wizard King. You are going to see him step over towards you, Gojimbo, and grab hold of you, and he's going to cast Dimension Door. And you guys are going to teleport to the opposite side of the bridge where you first came in, back towards that tunnel, and he's going to kind of push you back into that area to kind of like protect you from any sort of like shots or anything, like a kill shot, basically.
I'll say,
My king, we must win at all costs. He cannot be allowed to rule this world.
And he'll say, thank you for protecting me. Drink this, and he'll hand you a greater healing potion and then move back into the room and be standing next to Kurt is at the very back. So he'll be standing next to Kurt at the very back of the bridge. Carlos, it is your turn.
So I'm the front line now.
You're the front line.
Yeah.
You have a mage and David on the opposite side.
How far away are they and how hurt are they looking? You said David's looking pretty hurt?
David's looking pretty hurt. The mage hasn't been touched. I don't think anybody shot him.
no,
so.
we have not.
All right. I take my 2 shots at David.
Okay.
Very good. 15 is my first shot.
He's going to throw up. You'll see him just wave his hand and create another shield barrier on him so that it does not hit him.
26 for my second shot.
That will hit. That will get through the barrier that he creates.
9 damage.
All right. And then you see him. He's just reeling in pain. He's actually being affected by your shots and stuff. So he's not looking too good. Next up is Kurt.
So Gracie had moved forward to give a shield to Gojimbo when he was in his previous position, and she's going to fall back and give 11 temporary hit points to the king.
Okay.
And seeing that shield on David, I was probably going to shoot at him, but instead I am going to take 2 shots off at the other mage.
Was I close enough to get the temporary hit points or no?
How far can Gracie move? Or
15 feet and then 10-foot range on the bubble.
So you're right at the entrance of that thing, and if she's halfway, it's like a 10-foot difference from the entrance, like that doorway or that hallway that you came from to the smaller platform, and then the bridge was 30 feet long, so she could hit Gojimbo as well.
Great. Then she will do that. I didn't think he was close enough. So yeah, so the king and Gojimbo get 11 temporary hit points, and I aim my pistol at the mage. So 2 20s.
Those are hits, sir.
2 5s for damage. So 20 damage, 10 damage each.
All right.
Pop, pop.
All right. So you just see him. You do those 2 shots, and this guy looks a little weaker than the other disciples that you fought before. So he looks like he's reeling in some pain.
Okay.
And looking pretty like you took a huge chunk off of his life there.
All right. And I'm going to fall back to the kind of back side of the bridge between Gracie and Gojimbo.
Gojimbo, you are up next, sir.
I will hold my shield on both sides and pull it toward me, like toward my chest, and concentrate real hard. And the eyes will glow white, and I will lay on hands myself for 35.
Very nice.
And then I will move up in front of the king again, put my shield back in front, and say,
We will win.
And assume my stance, man, shield in front.
See, next up is David. You see him on the opposite side of the room. You see him blip for a second, and then he appears on that smaller platform right next to you all and says to you, "No, you will die." He starts to charge up a spell. So he is kind of standing between, like kind of in the center of all of you guys, because you're on the end of the bridge, Carlos and Kurt. Gracie is there as well, and he's just kind of like surrounded by you guys. And next up is the mage feller. He's going to start charging in the direction of Kurt and Carlos. Or actually, I guess he would meet Carlos first. Is that correct?
I fell back, so I'm on the other side.
Oh, you're on the other side. Okay.
I'm on the other side of the
bridge. So he's going to run towards Carlos, and he is going to try and grab hold of you and cast Shocking Grasp on you, sir. All right, so he's going to be extending his hands out towards you, Carlos. He rolled a 2.
Hey.
So it's not going to hit you. But you see like lightning start to sparkle from his hands as he starts to lunge towards you, but he missed. You kind of step to the side slightly, and he misses. So you're both kind of standing there on the end of the bridge.
Okay.
All right, and then next up is the Wizard King. You see him cast a spell at David, and he's going to do the similar spell that David did before, the lightning bolt. And he's going to roll to hit David, and he's going to try and dodge out of the way. He actually failed, so the Wizard King's going to do 27 lightning damage to David, and he is looking pretty beat to shit. And then next up is Carlos.
I got one of the disciples next to me,
Yep.
and I was looking in one direction, and then David misty stepped to the opposite direction of me. So then I turn around, and all of a sudden there is a disciple in front of me. I'm not worried about the disciple right now. I'm going to do the same thing I've done before, where there's smoke coming off the tip of my rifle. I will twirl it in front of me, make a circle of smoke in front of me. I will walk through it, and I will take 2 shots at David.
All right, roll to hit. I would say at this point, David is like kind of with that blast that he took from the Wizard King. He like that made him fall to one knee. Like he is not looking good at all.
Brown die is my first shot. It's a crit miss.
What's that?
Crit miss for my first shot.
Okay, roll a d20 for me, Robbie.
Uh-oh. You know you still have a lucky too, right?
I do. But I rolled a 17 for my second roll.
So that's your missed shot is not going to hit anybody in the that direction. So you get
Okay, for my second shot, I rolled a 16 plus 12 is 28.
that's a hit.
13 damage.
And this is on David.
Yes.
Describe your kill, sir.
Whoa.
I do what I said. I twirl my rifle into a circle of smoke, and I walk through it. And as I'm doing that, I am packing a lot of red mixture into my rifle. And as I make the shot, I do what I've done before. I breathe in, I breathe out. Breathe in again, and I hold my breath. And I shoot a tracer round out, which causes this red beam of light behind this projectile, and it hits David right in his hands as he's doing the thing with his thumbs, right?
Yeah.
And then it just explodes in his face.
Very good. All right. So as soon as David just gets killed, you hear the mage, his disciple of David, just kind of shriek out in anger. And he is just like very pissed. And you just he's not doing so well right now. Kind of see him like just start to like clench his fists up around his chest area and close his eyes for a moment. And he's just like building up with like anger. And you start to see like his body like start to swell up.
He's gonna blow.
Next up is Kurt.
I will. Well, did anyone take damage? Because Gracie can pop another bubble if anyone's missing temporary hit points, but Gracie will fall back after she does that. I guess I'll fall back 25 feet and keep popping off my pistol at this guy.
Okay. Roll to hit.
My first attack is a 12, and my second attack is a 24.
The first will miss, but the second attack will hit.
And I'm going to do 8 piercing damage to him.
Okay, he looks like he's on death's door, but he is still kind of just sitting there, starting to swell up. And next up is Gojimbo.
This is the acolyte guy that's swelling up?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to run at him and attack.
If he's at the edge of the bridge, is there a possibility to throw him in the pit?
Is
Especially
he at
if
the
he's
edge of
gonna
the
There's
roll
a
bridge?
possibility, yeah.
Is he at the... Okay, I thought he was still in the middle. Then, yeah, I'm going to do my world famous shield master push, where I'm just going to like put my shield in front and charge and try and push him off.
All right. This was a strength check?
Yep.
Or contest?
I rolled a 19 plus 5, 24.
Oh, okay. It's a -1 for this guy. So, all right. So I rolled an 18 -1. So you best him in a strength check off, and you just like bring your shield down and you just start to push him into the abyss.
Yep, I just plow, punch him through.
All right. And as he is falling down into this abyss, you just hear him go, "No!" And he falls for a moment and then for a few seconds, and you just see this like flash of light just kind of pop up from the bottom of the pit. And he, you would assume, explodes. Like Kurt said before, he's going to blow, and he starts, his body just explodes down there within the pit. And then the whole cave just starts to rattle and starts to, you see rubble just falling from the ceiling and falling to the ground. At that point, the Wizard King says, "We need to get out of here quickly. With me to the top of the stairs."
Should we find Maeve first?
She's at the top of
Yeah.
the stairs.
So he
Yeah, so we run behind him.
So you all run up to the top of the stairs. The Wizard King bends down, checks on Maeve, and he turns to Gojimbo and he says, "Here, hold her." And he picks her up and hands her to you, so you can hold her as fireman style, throw her over your shoulder.
Can I get my Stone of Far Speech off of her first?
I don't allow it.
Okay. So you all kind of gather around. The Wizard King then says, "Gather around quickly." And you all gather around in a circle at the top of the stairs, and you see him close his eyes, and he just starts to concentrate, and you see these pale purple glyphs start to glow around you at your feet. And as the cave is starting to cave in on you and crumble and rubble's falling to the ground, you flip out, and you are outside of the facility where you first came in episode 2. And you are standing outside, and you just kind of see the building itself just start to crumble in from the top and just fall flat to the ground. And you are outside, safe and sound.
Buffalo Bill. Buffalo Bill. Buffalo Bill!
And you just see the Wizard King, he steps up and he says, "It's fine. We'll be able to recover it." And you see him step over towards Maeve, and she kind of comes to on Gojimbo's shoulder. I'm assuming you set her down, Gojimbo.
I cast the spell I told you I didn't think would ever come into play. I cast my level 2 Find Seed spell. And
Find Seed, you're impregnating her.
I summon her a spirit horse it's white and beautiful, and I put her on top of it to look like a queen.
Wow, okay. So we just see
fancy.
this steed just come out of nowhere, this glowing white steed, and Gojimbo sets her on top of it, and you just see the king. Can he hop up on it? He can hop up on the horse, and
I won't stop him.
All right, so he hops up on there with her, wraps his arms around her, gives her a kiss, and tells you all, like, "Thank you. You'll be rewarded for this mightily." And he just kind of rides off into the sunset with the queen, and flash to the next scene. There's an award ceremony where you all are standing at a throne room. This is after the royal wedding. You're groomsmen of the king. He's going to have you be his groomsman. He'll have Gojimbo be his best man because he saved his ass
Fist pump
from David. And he presents you all with like medals for saving the day. And you all are heroes. You were once heroes. Now you're heroes.
Promotions?
Well, you say that to the Wizard King, and he says, "We'll talk." So.
Yeah, in my debrief with my superior officer, I say Delacruz has got to go.
Yeah.
I feel like the
Loose
mission
cannon.
isn't complete until I get my Stone of Far Speech back. I need that back.
You end up getting your Stone of Far Speech, but there is a conversation to be had because you speak with your superior officers.
It gets
and
taken.
Stuff, so
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the end of the campaign. You guys are heroes, and if you guys want to have like a post-credit scene where you want to have the talk with Delacruz, of all of his bad tactics and stuff,
Killing civilians.
Another time might be a bonus recording or something like that. So,
Might I remind you that Kurt did a thunder wave and hit
Shut the fuck up!
hit Gojimbo in underwater. Come on. Carlos never shot Gojimbo.
So in episode 1, you say how like David liked to like make people think they were escaping, like kind of like I thought you were gonna do some sort of Inception shit. That's why I wasn't trusting the king.
oh, I got you. Okay. No,
I was like, oh no, maybe we're like trapped in here forever in our own minds or something.
David's whole thing, like he's like, my computer just like died on me, but like he's really into like torture and stuff. So, you get to the torture chamber and you see like the prisoners being tortured in there. And then, his whole goal is just to like off people, like if they're not willing to join his cause and stuff like that. So he would fuck around with people's minds and basically let them think like, okay, I'm going to release you. I've tortured you enough. And when he lets them go, they basically run into like some sort of trap or something like that. So he's not actually letting them go. He's just like letting them think that they're safe. And
I thought that was going to happen to us or something.
Oh, through the
yeah.
I gotcha.
Like I thought it was going to be like a fake wizard king coming and being like,
I was
me.
questioning that too,
Yeah.
but he knew about the seed that we had. So then I was like, I guess I won't question it anymore.
Yeah,
Is
but
there
that's why I was having you, or that's why I was trying to roll insight. Just FYI.
Is there a third bean that he can use to get those people back out?
You know what? The people that were in the little special dimension.
that
So
special
they're in like a
dimension.
special dimension.
Yeah,
so
he
they're
just-
like unaffected. But yeah, the Wizard King is full of all sorts of power. I guess they're just kind of trapped down there. They're still waiting for evac. Kind of like, I guess we'll get out of here at some point. So
Hopefully.
no, they go in and they get rescued, and
Cool. Nice
There
job,
you go.
man.
thank you. Yeah.
Congrats.
Well, who wants to finish it off?
I guess we look forward to the next campaign. Do we say who it is, or I don't know?
Nah, we'll just
Mystery?
we'll
Yeah.
make everybody wait 2 weeks.
All right,
Yeah.
the person that's DMing just like raised their eyebrows at me, so
Ooh,
it's not me. I'll give you that much of a hint. So
that's true.
All right, well, we'll see you for the next campaign of Crit Sandwich.